What's up, guys? Hey, how are we doing? So I was thinking about it, and I'm curious about where Hayden Deegan is mentally. I want to know if Eli can get a win this year. I'm not so sure he can. Barcia selling his place, does that mean retirement? We're going to need all that and a little bit more. But remember, guys, I appreciate it if you subscribe. It helps the channel. For some reason, the channel has been unsubscribing people. Not them unsubscribing. It's been doing it automatically. So if you could just double check if you are subscribed, I would appreciate it if you'd stay subscribed. And if you're not, go ahead and click that button. So thanks, guys. Let's get into this thing.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
So let's take a look at Hayden Deegan's season so far. He has the mysterious arm injury that nobody knows about. Is it a sprain? Is it a break? Turns out it was a break and it was pretty bad. Either way, he comes in, he looks really good in Detroit. You know, he looks like he's going to be a guy who's going to be top 5 podium and could possibly win. Then there's that huge first turn crash where his bars, where he looked like a flat tracker. I mean, it was gnarly. So then they get the 3-week break. He comes back, looks awesome, right on Faulkner. And he witnesses that horrific, terrifying crash right in front of him. That pretty much, we don't know where that's going to leave Faulkner, but he has to witness that right behind him. That can sometimes mess with you. Everybody has that in their mind, but there's this blissful ignorance that racers ride with. Everybody knows it can happen, but you don't think it's going to be you. We all know it's there. Sometimes when you're forced to face that, it does some weird things to you. So let's say that he blocks that out, wins the race, all good, right? Well, then he gets to Daytona. And that huge crash over the triple, dang, that was very similar to a catapult or any of these other giant crashes. But you add, he's coming in with the wrist injury, has the big first turn crash, witnesses Austin almost die. Then he has his own big crash. Sometimes that can make people question their confidence. Remember how long it took Chad Reed after the catapult? But there's a key difference there. Hayden is what, 17, 18? Chad Reed was 25. Your brain's prefrontal cortex doesn't fully develop until 25. A lot of times the rational reasoning, those types of things don't fully develop. And maybe he's got that going on his side. Maybe that's a good thing because Chad Reed was on the other side of 25 when that happened. Not to say that it couldn't still mess with Hayden Deegan, but he does have youth on his side. And I'll tell you what, one thing that I've noticed about Hayden Deegan is how mentally tough this kid is. He is a badass. And if there's anyone that can bounce back from it, it's definitely him. But then there's also the physical injuries. He's got the wrist. Who knows what injuries he got from that first turn crash, which they probably healed by now because he is young. But I don't care how you spin it. His tailbone and his butt still hurt, which means he probably didn't ride that much this week heading into Alabama. Good thing is he's not very far out on the points. He's just a few points behind. So if he can just get through Alabama relatively accident-free and get up onto the podium, he's looking solid for the rest of the year. But he's got to get through Alabama without anything major. The best thing that Hayden Deegan could hope for is a boring Alabama race where he just rides around in second, third, or even first. But as long as he doesn't have to get into it or have any crazy get-offs or anything like that, Hayden needs a week to just get through it. So right after the Daytona Supercross, they had an amateur race. Guess what? If you don't know how to navigate amateur racing, check out Coach Rob's podcast on how to navigate amateur motocross. I'll put a link in it to this at the bottom in the description here. But yeah, check that out. He's got some really good information because there's really no workbook on how to do it, what to do. Coach will walk you through it. Epic Garage Designs. They got some of the coolest flooring, the motorized racks. If you just want to make your garage look cool, hit up Epic Garage Designs. Jet Lawrence looks to be poised to go on a run. The season usually has separated itself at this point. And if you take Arlington, if he doesn't throw it away in Arlington, he wins 2 in a row and he'd be going for his 3rd. It would be a big difference than what he's dealing with right now. But if he can win Alabama, which I see no reason why he can't, he's head and shoulders above everybody else. You've got Sexton, Tomac, Anderson, Webb. These guys can run with Jet, But as long as Jet gets a good start and rides to his ability and doesn't make any mistakes, chances are he's going to win. He's faster than these guys. He can pull it out when he needs to. But if they can force him to make those mistakes, which he's been shown to do, then they can get back in there. But if they let him go on a run and get this momentum going, he's got Daytona. Like I said, it should be going on his third. But if he can get 2, 3, 4 in a row, this title's going to become a runaway. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it going to go that way? It sure could. I really hope somebody gets in there and stops him in Alabama, and it's a whole different series. But if he wins Alabama, the whole conjecture of the series changes. Guys, check out Ride Strapped. Get your goggles, shirts, very cool stuff. Chris and those guys are awesome. So check out ridestrap.com. And if you're shipping anything using a truck, hit up Precision Transport. Precision Transport, it's pretransport.com. Customer service, family-owned business. Check them out. So the other thing is, when's the last time we got past Daytona and Eli Tomac didn't have a win in this series? I don't know, maybe his rookie series? I don't know. He's won Daytona for so long. I can't remember the last time he made it this far in a series, or if he ever has. I'm gonna have to double check that. I should have probably looked that up before I did this video. But either way, I'm not sure he gets a win this year. If Jet goes on a run, him, Anderson, some of these guys might not get wins. There's some really good riders who haven't won a race yet, and I don't know. What do you guys think? Can Tomac actually get a race win? I don't know. Yes, obviously it's possible, but is it likely? I don't know. If you were gambling, if I was setting odds, does Eli win again? I would probably put it at like 50-50. What do you guys think? And also, who do you think's more likely to get a win? Jason Anderson or Eli Tomac? I don't know. That's also a coin flip. I'm going to have to lean towards Jason Anderson because he has a tendency to get the whole shot and just run. He does that occasionally. Tomac, I don't know. I feel like if he doesn't get it in the next couple races, I don't know where we see him. We did see Beast Mode at Arlington, but he only got up to second. We're going to have to see Beast Mode, but I don't know. I almost feel like Jet can go with him on Beast Mode. Interesting development this week. Looks like Justin Barcia is selling his practice complex, the whole area. We've seen this in the past. Blake Baggett, before he vanished, what did he do? Put his place up for sale. That's what these guys do. These places are very expensive. They're very expensive to maintain. And if you don't have, if you're not trying to win championships and win races, you don't need it. Maybe he's looking at it going, okay, let me just get out of this. And then if I do continue to race, I'll just use other people's Club MX and these other facilities. But he's already beginning the process of getting out. I don't like when I see this from riders. I would rather they go all in till they're done. I don't like when they start setting it up early. I believe that sets them up for failure and it changes their mindset. Hopefully, Barcia sticks around for a little while. I think he can get it together. People forget how injured he was last year after LA. He missed almost the entire offseason. I don't know that he was fully healthy coming into this season. And don't forget, he was on the podium. Yes, it was a mud race, but he still podiumed this year in Supercross. That's pretty good. That's better than Team Husqvarna. Even though Malcolm's looking really good these days, and I wouldn't be surprised if Malcolm gets up there and battles for a podium. He just needs a start in the main and he needs a couple good breaks, but yeah, it is what it is. And speaking of Husqvarna, looks like Christian Craig is getting surgery on that elbow. Man, poor guy. He's been through the ringer on that elbow. It broke once, and then they thought that it was fixed. They had another surgery. That really does mess with you mentally. I've had a couple injuries where you get the surgery, you heal for a little while, and you find out it didn't actually heal it, or you got to go back in. You didn't even crash again. You just have the same injury that you have to have multiple surgeries on. It's really frustrating, and I'm sending my best to Christian Craig. I don't know if he's going to continue racing. If he does, I sure hope he's healthy, and I hope he just does what he wants to. And also, another guy that we're probably going to be losing this year, which is no surprise, is Adam Cincerillo. Hey, you know what? Let's put him in the booth. Adam Cincerillo is awesome. Do not let him get out of this sport. This sport needs Adam Cincerillo. I'm disappointed that his racing career is being cut short, but hey, it's a tough sport, man. It happens, but we need him around. Thanks, guys. Remember, if you need a real estate agent, wherever you are, please hit me up. That's how I fund my media, is by doing real estate. Wherever you are, I can find a local agent in your area and help work with them to find you exactly what you need, sell your place, or even rent one. So thanks, guys, and I will catch you later.